Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, severe storms are possible as we head into the evening hours. This is a severe weather alert day. Meteorologist Evan Hatter joins us now with more on the threat. Evan?
That's right, Steve. It's been a dreary day so far, but we're watching a little bit of sunshine break out ahead of this cold front, and that's driving temperatures up big time as we head into the afternoon, making it more favorable for strong to severe thunderstorms. You see the sun out right now at London Corbin Airport. We're in the middle 70s right now as we continue to see warm air push into the mountains. Downtown Whitesburg at the moment, looking at some cloud cover working in as well, and we continue to watch the potential for that sunshine to break out here this afternoon, right around 70 there. You see, all is quiet except for a few showers working into Wayne County right now, Wayne County, Kentucky, that is. When we look out to the west, we're starting to see the development of some stronger thunderstorms just to the west of our area across Lincoln and Garrett counties, right on top of Waynesburg, directly north on 27 as you head north from Science Hill. That's moving from southwest to northeast, and these are expected to get stronger as we head into the afternoon and evening hours because we have that warm air beginning to break out across the region. So we'll continue to keep an eye out for the potential for damaging winds, heavy rain, and isolated tornadoes. The southern half of the area under that 2 out of 5 slight risk for severe weather. The 3 out of 5 enhanced risk comes up and clips part of Campbell County, Tennessee. So we'll continue to keep an eye on things in the Weather Center throughout the evening. Of course, we'll be back on if we have to. And until then, Steve, we'll throw it back over to you.
All right, Evan, thank you. Troopers tell us 2 people are dead following an early morning car crash in Letcher County. The crash happened on US 119 near the 2035 junction on Pine Mountain. Troopers received the call shortly after 8 o'clock this morning. They tell us a tractor trailer carrying logs was unable to make the curve, ran into a ditch, and flipped over on its top.
It just depends on the nature of the crash. Lots of different investigations like this take some time. It could be anywhere from a couple weeks to several months.
Right now, state police are not releasing the name of the driver and passenger as troopers work to notify their families. 2 students are in custody after Jackson County deputies in West Virginia found a handgun at school. The sheriff is saying they avoided a tragedy today. Sheriff Ross Mellinger says a 15-year-old Ripley Middle School student had a specific target that he was planning on shooting when he got to school. The student had a handgun and multiple rounds of ammunition on the bus heading to school this morning. The sheriff says the gun was actually stolen by the planned shooter's older brother during the weekend. Both brothers are in custody. The sheriff says this tragedy was avoided thanks to another student who grabbed the magazine of the gun when it was shown on the bus and alerted the school bus driver. The bus then stopped at Evans Elementary School where the gun was recovered and the suspect was arrested without any shots being fired.
And it certainly could have been a lot worse, but it was very real, very humbling, very stressful to sit back and decompress now and look that this could have been the one that we all fear about.
The sheriff there in Jackson County, West Virginia, says both brothers will face a number of felony charges. Since they are teenagers, their names will not be released. Parents say they are concerned for their students' safety, but they are glad there was not, obviously, an actual shooting. There is an additional investigation looking into a magazine with ammunition that was found at Ripley Middle School yesterday. Jackson County Superintendent Blaine Hess released a statement on the matter saying, quote, "The training of see something, say something certainly has paid off today. We train and rely on our students and staff to be alert to potential safety threats. This situation is an example of that training working as intended. I appreciate the quick response of school administrators and our sheriff's office to ensure the safety of our students and staff," end quote. The FBI Pittsburgh field office is warning parents and caregivers about an increase in incidents involving sextortion of teenagers. The FBI is receiving an increasing number of reports of adults posing as age-appropriate females, coercing young boys through social media to produce sexual images and videos, and then extorting money from them. Sextortion begins when an adult contacts a minor over any online platform used to meet and communicate, such as a game, app, or social media account. The FBI says the predator then convinces the young male to engage in explicit activity over video, which is then secretly recorded by the scammer. The scammer then reveals that they have made the recordings and attempts to extort the victim for money to prevent them from being posted online. Sextortion is a crime. We'll have more later tonight on how to protect your child while they are online. After one season in the blue and white, one Kentucky Wildcat guard is moving on to the NBA. WYMT Sports Director John Lowe joins us now with more on this developing story.
For a few weeks, Big Blue Nation has been waiting to see if shoes would drop off of this past season's roster. A rather large shoe dropping this afternoon. Kentucky guard Ty Washington announced that he will be leaving Kentucky and heading off to the NBA draft. He will forgo his college eligibility, so he will not be able to return to Lexington. The Wildcat guard secured 5 SEC Freshman of the Week honors over the course of the season and averaged 12.5 points, 3.9 assists, and 3.5 rebounds per game. Ty released a statement thanking Big Blue Nation and added in part, "After discussing my options with Coach Cal, my parents, and my family, I've decided to make myself eligible for the upcoming NBA draft. Leaving Kentucky won't be easy, but I am ready for the challenges ahead, and I know I am ready based on my experiences here in Lexington." We'll follow the story as it develops and see what it means for the Cats moving forward, seeing if any other shoes drop. Oscar Shibwe told ESPN he would pray on his decision on whether or not to return. Keon Brooks has declared for the draft but left the door open to return to Lexington, and Severe Wheeler also hasn't determined what he'll do moving forward. So plenty of moving parts to Coach Calipari's 2023 squad. Will be following along. Steve?
Thank you, John. Well, one Eastern Kentucky city is showing its support for Ukraine as the war with Russia continues. If you drive through downtown Jenkins in Letcher County, you can find Ukrainian flags. Mayor Todd DePriest tells us the city put up the flags to show support for Ukraine and its people. Tonight at the Jenkins City Park, the Jenkins United Methodist Church is hosting a prayer vigil for Ukraine at 5:30.
Let them know we're with them. We're not going through what they're going through, and can't really imagine what they are going through. But just thinking about them and want to pray for them and hope for a good outcome for them.
The mayor says they plan to keep the flags up through festival season or even longer. And again, the prayer vigil is at Jenkins City Park tonight at 5:30. Oil executives appeared before a House committee today for the second time in 6 months. The hearing was a round-robin blame game, and no matter which way you slice it, Americans are still paying more at the pump. CBS's Skylar Henry reports from Capitol Hill.
You are ripping the American people off, and it must end.
House Democrats unleashed on oil executives Wednesday, blaming the industry for skyrocketing oil and gas prices.
Why is the price of oil coming down, but the price at the pump is still near record highs?
AAA says the national average for a gallon of gas is now $4.16, up $1.29 from a year ago. The Biden administration has ordered the release of oil from the U.S. stockpile to help ease prices that spiked following Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
The last time we saw price increases like this, maybe to the presidency of Jimmy Carter.
But Republicans squarely blame the White House's, quote, anti-American energy policies like shuttering the Keystone Pipeline.
This is the Biden price hike, and it's been a steady climb since he took office.
Oil executives testified they have no control over the markets.
We do not control the market price of crude oil or natural gas, nor of refined products like gasoline and diesel fuel. And we have no tolerance for price gouging.
Lawmakers also put the spotlight on oil industry profits, nearly $77 billion for the 6 companies testifying. Last year, 2 of them, Exxon and Chevron, reported their most profitable year since 2014. Oil executives credit post-pandemic demand for the boost. New Jersey Congressman Frank Pallone suggested companies increase production and decrease buybacks.
Yes or no?
Yes, I can't commit. I can't commit to a reduction in buybacks and dividends.
All right, I hear you.
Pallone says oil companies are on track for another year of record profits. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Oil executives testified they are working long-term for cleaner energy solutions. Let's head over to Wall Street now on this Wednesday afternoon. The Dow closes down today, more than 144 points. We'll have more financial news in our next half hour. But straight ahead here on First and Four, there's an outbreak of a highly infectious respiratory disease among on dogs. We'll share with you what you need to know to keep your pet safe.
And strong storms continue to push into the mountains this afternoon. I've got the breakdown on what's out there now and what's headed our way coming up next.